They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Another try with Brooks. And nothing doing on that run. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. We have an early third down coming up.
Clearly the plan on offense was to establish the run a little bit on this drive, Mike, but the defense is having none of it. First and second down stop, no gain. Now it brings up a third and long. We'll see if they try something else.
On third down, here's Brooks.
This is a spot you just love to be in as a defensive player. I mean, you've got him backed up so far, you're not really fearing any play call, let alone a run. Sit a couple of guys back, keep the ball from being thrown over your head. Everybody else track the ball, comes up well short.
This will be returned from the other side of midfield. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And taking the snaps, a quarterback now in his third year in the league.
He's coming off one of those games, Mike, where he just wasn't good enough. I mean, he wasn't bad by any stretch of the imagination. He was good at times. He just wasn't good enough times. And I think when you're playing the quarterback position and all of the focus is on you, your play has such a direct correlation between wins and losses that when you don't play your best, the magnifying glass is on you. So he needs to bounce back this week. He needs to be more productive in the passing game, generate more big plays, and then eliminate the turnovers. He cannot continue to throw the ball to the other team.
They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard. Going to try to pick up the first down with his own read. Fighting for the marker, he loses the football. The Lions have got it.
You know, it's amazing, Mike, that guys still end up fumbling the ball because I can tell you from experience, the first 15 minutes of every offensive practice is ball security circuit, and that could be a combination of multiple things. How to go to the ground without getting loose to the ball, almost like the art of falling. It could be running over bags or through bags as guys take swats at the ball trying to knock it out. There are so many ways to simulate what the game is like because at the end of the day, if you want to win in the NFL, protecting the ball is the #1 priority, and it cannot be stressed enough.
They'll start this on the ground with Brooks. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game.
His first throw of the game is going to be intercepted. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 38-yard line.
This is an area of the offense, Mike, that's going to have to find its rhythm now as this game unfolds. They talked all week, come out early, get some completions, settle down this quarterback. Well, in return, he throws an early pick. It's too early to go away from the game plan. There's a lot of game left, but this passing game is going to have to get on track throughout the rest of this game.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard. Here's a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Here comes the Eagles punt team. As this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punt it away. Now, fair catch, and he'll take it at about the 24-yard line. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. A run with Brooks to begin this drive. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down. With that, let me give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. We'll go once more with Brooks. They tackle him at the 38, but that run is good enough to pick up the 1st down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Give it up the middle to Brooks. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They'll motion a tight end right. Give inside, it's Brooks. And he'll get this close to a 1st down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the 1st down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Now they'll set up to throw. And he is going to have a Lions 1st down. He has it by plenty. They keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches. 1st down, Lions. He'll drop to throw. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. And he's shedding tacklers left and right, winding his way for a gain of 8. So a turnover-filled 1st quarter has come to an end. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? And we're back in Philly in a moment. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff to Brooks. And the Lions are going to be set up with 1st and goal. He couldn't quite break the plane, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Getting the tight end involved in the run game here. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Over the top, he's got it. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Lions. That touchdown, number 11 on the year.
So when you find yourself this tight to the goal line, Mike, the offense becomes a lot more restricted in as far as how deep you can throw the ball. The field is wider than it is long, and I think the idea here is let's spread them out. Let's put all of our eligibles out there and let the quarterback get a really good picture. Where are the holes in the coverage? Where are the one-on-one matchups that I like? And let's put this ball in the quarterback's hand, let him make a good decision, and in this case, it results in a touchdown.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. He's going to be taken down, but there's a late flag in the backfield that might give him 15 more yards. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Man in motion is Smith. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. He'll go underneath here, the running back out of the backfield. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. The Eagles going to send their field goal unit out. This is going to be a 51-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Eagles are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Toward the middle, that's caught by Moore. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking for his tight end on the corner route. He's got it. They get 16 on that connection. Good for a Lions first down.
This is a great example, Mike, of just how effective it is when you're efficient on early downs throwing the ball. I mean, when you can pick up first downs without getting to 3rd down, as the game unfolds, things just get easier and easier. Take what the defense is giving you. Don't force the ball downfield. But when you can stay ahead of the chains without having to get to 3rd and have it plays, That's when an offense is really firing.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. And he's in. Jameson Williams. Touchdown, Detroit. That his second touchdown of the game. Numbers 11 and 12 on the season. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Lions extend their advantage to 14-3. Here's McLaughlin now after the score. He'll kick this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Eagles offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll stick with him again. And he'll get this close to the 1st down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. They motion the slot man left. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. On comes the punter now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Lions offense and their running back set to go once more. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Two minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Philadelphia right after this. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. On the handoff, this is Brooks. So the Eagles will use their first timeout here. Here's their punter now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Here comes a return, and he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense about ready to take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get a point.
Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. Clock says 25 seconds till halftime. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Quick throw, taken in. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
A couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So, we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we get you down to Florida. Orlando specifically, where the coach is Jonathan Coachman, has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll begin up at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, where it was the Vikings who were able to get the victory at home. J.J. McCarthy leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting New York Jets. 2 touchdown passes there for Lamar Jackson. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Caleb Williams, strong in the victory, as his guys managed to cobble together their 3rd win in an otherwise dismal campaign. These 2 teams making their way back out of their locker room, so that means we're just about set for the second half. And to bring it your way, we go back out to Mike and Greg.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. A return now from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense make their way out to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Throwing now from the gun. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going for the air.
The Lions offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. 1st down and 10. Oh, no chance to get rid of that one. Under a heavy rush, he goes down.
The best defenders, Mike, they have an ability to impact the game in a lot of different ways. I mean, take this guy. Earlier in the game, he comes up with a big interception. Now he gets sent on a blitz. He comes through for a sack. They better find out exactly where this guy is, both run and pass. He's having himself a great day.
Williams in motion. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd and long. Here comes the screen to Brooks. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 37-yard line.
They'll turn and hand this one off. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
A 4-yard loss.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
The Lions offense ready for this next possession. They'll start out 1st down and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Brooks. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and let's see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Back to throw. There's that man again. Another catch.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
At the 30-yard line.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 3.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Now they'll set up to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Now a give on the ground. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This is a guy that we're used to seeing make a lot of his plays in the back end, Mike, kind of patrolling that center field safety position. But this time, he recognized that play up at the line of scrimmage, and he blows it up for a loss.
That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down. And that is incomplete.
I can't exactly put my finger on it, but it just seems like this entire game, like this passing game and this quarterback specifically, they've just been off. And whether it's missing these big shots downfield like he did there or just simple underneath layups, there's just something about him today that doesn't look right. And I think it's a big part of the reason they find themselves trailing here in the fourth quarter.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Putting the tight end in motion. In trouble, and down he goes.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a 2-possession ball game here in the fourth quarter. Massive third down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
This one, returnable. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And things are getting a little tight with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Already, we can look ahead in both conferences to some critical divisional matchups ahead in Week 18. Here's a 2nd and 9.
At the 49-yard line.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
The visitors' offense back onto the field for their next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. back to throw here to begin the drive. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete. Back to the air once more on second down. And he's going to be brought down up past the 20.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative. Just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out.
Off the RPO, it's caught by St. Brown. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up third down. He's got his man, right side, it's complete. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. A carry now for Brooks. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. 3rd and 9. Another try with Brooks. Here's the Lions punt team now as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The home team's offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
This is a tough spot. 3rd down and 10. He gets this one complete to Johnston. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
And he is going to get into the end zone. The 2-point conversion works, and we've got ourselves a tie game. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Here's the Detroit offense now, headed back onto the field. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Moore going in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Here comes second down. They'll throw out of the gun. Working free downfield. It is Williams. And he's going to go all the way. How about some late magic? They've taken the lead here in the final minute of play. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. He's got it. And the Lions have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. This will be returned from the 6. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to take over once again. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to find his running back downfield. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. So a win for the visitors, the Lions. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.